All right, we've all heard of vitamin C and omega-3s, right? They're everywhere. But what about the powerful remedies that kind of fly under the radar? Today, we're going to dive into our source material and uncover 7 supplements that you might not know about, but, well, you probably should. Let's get right into it. So, let me just ask this question right off the bat. Are there really powerful health solutions all around us that we just don't know about? Our source for today's explainer suggests that the answer is a big, resounding yes, and that some of the most effective tools aren't necessarily the most famous ones. And here's what makes this list so interesting. Our source isn't just pulling this from some textbook. They're sharing remedies that they've personally seen work for most people. So this isn't some random list. It's a curated set of tools that apparently has a real track record of success. Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, how about with our body's first line of defense, the immune system? Let's check out 2 supplements from our source that are all about keeping your body's defenses in top shape. The very first remedy on the list is something called AHCC. Now, I get it, you might not have heard of this one, but it's presented as a seriously powerful immune enhancer. So, what is this stuff? It's a specialized extract from shiitake mushrooms. Its main job is to boost your natural killer cells. Just think of these as the elite special forces of your immune system. They're the ones that hunt down and destroy threats. Our source highlights that this is especially useful against viruses like HPV, which cleverly tries to weaken these exact cells. So AHCC is like sending in reinforcements for your internal army. And what's really cool is that it might also help your body handle stress better, which, can totally take a toll on our immune system. And look, this isn't just a hunch. The source material points out that AHCC has been the subject of over 100 randomized control studies. That is a ton of scientific attention, which just goes to show how much interest there is in what this compound can do. Okay, staying on the topic of the immune system, the next supplement is colostrum. If AHCC is about boosting your immune soldiers, think of colostrum as rebuilding the entire fortress from the ground up. So colostrum comes from that very first incredibly nutrient-packed milk that's produced right after birth. And its main purpose, according to our source, is to rebuild an immune system that's been beaten down. I mean, think about the damage that long-term stress or certain medications or just chronic inflammation can do to your body. These are the exact situations where colostrum is said to really shine, helping to bring your body's natural defenses back online. All right, we've talked about defending the body. Now let's shift gears to keeping it clean. We're going to look at your body's master filter, the liver, and those all-important detox pathways. And for this job, our source introduces a supplement that you have probably never, ever heard of. It's specifically for the gallbladder, and it's called TUDCA. So here's the problem TUDCA is designed to fix. Sometimes the bile in your gallbladder can get thick and turn into a sludge. This creates a massive traffic jam, backing everything up right into your liver, which is really not good. TUDCA's job, according to our source, is to basically act like a natural drain cleaner. It helps thin out that sludgy bile, unclog the whole pathway, and get everything flowing smoothly again. Okay, staying in that same neighborhood of liver health, let's talk about a super important nutrient, choline. Choline has a really specific, really crucial job. It helps your body physically move fat out of the liver. This is a huge deal for preventing or dealing with what's called a fatty liver. And hey, if you're looking for a great food source, our source points right to egg yolks as being absolutely packed with the stuff. All right, we're in the home stretch. For our final section, we're looking at 3 highly specialized tools for some very specific health issues. These ones are like laser-guided missiles. First up, Natokinase. This one goes after fibrous blockages in the body. Yeah, we're talking about things like blood clots or fibrin. That's a protein that can build up and literally clog your arteries. The solution presented here is Natokinase. It's an enzyme that comes from fermented soy, and it's supposedly fantastic at dissolving this fibrous tissue, helping to break up those dangerous blockages. And now for our last 2 remedies. These may be the most hyper-focused of the whole bunch, targeting very specific problems in the eyes and the urinary tract. Let's look at these 2. First is NAC, that's N-acetylcarnosine, and it comes in the form of eye drops. Our source suggests this can be used for cataracts, especially if they're in the early stages. The second one is D-Mannose, which is for UTIs, and the way this works is just so clever. Instead of killing bacteria, it's a type of sugar that E. coli just loves to latch onto. So the D-Mannose gets flushed out of your system, and it takes all that attached bacteria right along with it. So let's do a super quick recap. We've got AHCC and colostrum for your immune system.
We've got TUDCA and Choline for your liver and gallbladder. Then there's Natokinase for breaking up blockages. And finally, the super-specific NAC for cataracts and D-Mannose for UTIs. It's a really powerful list that shows just how targeted these remedies can be.
And that brings us to the end. So what does all of this really tell us? Well, what it seems to highlight is that sometimes the most effective solutions aren't the ones we hear about every single day. It suggests that finding real answers to our health questions might just mean looking beyond the obvious and exploring the remedies that have been hiding in plain sight all along.